They sometimes behave so strangely.
This is Due by Friday, a weekly challenge podcast with Alex Cox and Merlin Mann. Hey, that's me. And it's my birthday, and also I'm in a really good mood. There's the show.
Hello, Merlin Mann.
Hello. Good morning, Starshine. How are you?
I am wonderful.
You are wonderful. It's nice to hear your voice.
Happy birthday.
It's your
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. Spencer Bledsoe.
Are you 29 years old?
How many spanks do I get today? Am I how many?
That's your special.
How many
special
spanks?
thing.
What am I asking about? 29?
Yes, that's
every year.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha. That's the joke women have to make. Oh. Aging is bad.
That's better than the alternative. Are you having a good day? You don't talk about my birthday. Are you having a good day?
I'm having a great day.
Me too. I'm having a really good day.
About...
My family's being nice to me.
Why is your day good?
Well, my family's being nice to me. My kids talked to me a little bit. It was nice. I watched him make eggs, and we talked about Ryan Gosling. And we talked about Wicked, and we talked about, because, it's fun to harass a kid. As I just said on the internet, I've been harassing my kid for years that he should watch the movie Drive, and I may force him tonight. But then I was sending him podcasts about Wicked, and I like to harass him, because he is deeply, deeply involved in ways that I don't know or understand with what he considers Broadway musicals. With, musicals.
What he considers.
Well, I mean, it's not Oklahoma, and it's not epic. But all the stuff that young people listen to, and I like to harass him about it and tell him about culture. You know how Syracuse has this idea that as a parent he can help his children. I do something similar, or in some ways, I guess similarly opposite thing, which is I like to harass my kid. And I said, that's what I said to my kid. I said, I know you're not super into musicals. But if you ever get into musicals, I said, there's a bunch of stuff you should watch. We talked about Wicked. I sent him the New York Times podcast about Wicked. I sent him the Slate podcast about Wicked. Where people come out and talk about that new film. And of course, he's
the one I've seen twice, like a normal person.
Because it doesn't sound very good. Did you see the sweater everyone's talking about?
No, I have not.
Well, she's wearing. Doesn't she have a sex sweater? A sex sweater?
Oh, I thought of it. Let's not talk about the sweater, but I think
I would never force you to talk about the sweater.
Thank you. I'm no longer a child.
If you're ever into it, though, there's this whole weird culture. I think we might have talked about this. I imagine the Quinn knows about this. You probably know about this. Are you aware of people like Miss Golightly? Like of these catty YouTube people that do these compilations of like who sang the best version of I can't really do the famous, the five notes.
Yes.
Yeah. And you go, oh, that's sweet. Or you're like, who sang the best, on I Dreamed a Dream,
Yes.
Compilations. But then also, this guy's very into Selena Gomez. Selena. Who's Selena, the famous Selena? Selena? He's very into Selena.
Okay.
Not Gopez Lopez. What's her name? GoPro? Selena GoPro. She's very into Selena GoPro. Yeah. GoPro. Mm-hmm. But also, then, thanks to a little catty. And I don't mean Now and Forever at the Winter Garden Theater. I mean. Okay. Do you remember when Rebel Wilson unzips the suit and then she has a different suit under it?
Nope, I got so upset.
Remember when Rebel Wilson eats the roaches off the bottom of the table?
No, don't harass me. Not a child. No.
So Miss Golightly, I must protest. Gets in there. Mickey Rooney's an American classic, but this fella, I think it's a fella. It's got to be a gay man. If it's not, I don't know. He's missing his best bet.
Missing his best bet. I remember references.
Yeah. So that's a reference to a time that my best friend Sam and I were helping clean up after a Christmas party at his house, and his dad had some drinks, as you do. His dad, wonderful, wonderful fella, Ken, had some drinks, and we're tidying up and cleaning the kitchen, and things were winding down. And I forget the guy's name. I want to say something like Ricky. but they'd hired this fella. And the fella they'd hired had done a wonderful job helping them to remodel their interior after they'd done some structural work and da-da-da. And then 1984 comes along, and they do this wonderful redo of the house. It's very beautiful. They also hired Ricky to work on the patriarchal father's area in Boca Raton, that house. It's something Sam and I had talked about, like you do as a 17-year-old. He says, Sam says to his father, Ken, I know you've heard this story, but it's my birthday. I'm exercising prima nocta.
Exactly.
And so he says, Dad, Ricky, do you think he might be gay? And without missing a beat, with perfect comic timing, with both of his hands in the dishwater, Sam says to his dad, do you think Ricky is gay? And Sam's dad said, if he's not, he's missing his best bet. And I always thought that was a very, very funny remark. And I use it a lot because there are a lot of people out there. Well, you go watch Seth Rudetsky. You go watch one of his. And you're a fan, right? You like Seth Rudetsky?
I don't think so. I don't know who that is.
He's that guy I really like. I think he does stuff associated with Playbill, but like he's the guy who like talks about he does that amazing breakdown of I'm in the door. Dear Evan Hansen, like tip of the hat. That guy, Seth Rudetsky.
Yes, there he
tip
is.
Tip of the hat to
in
Wicked.
My YouTube history.
When I meet the wizard. That guy.
Yes.
Tip of the hat. Tip of the hat. He's really funny. He's what people on YouTube should be like, which is not editing it within an inch of its life. If you have a personality, you don't need editing. Ooh.
Oh.
Write that down.
Yeah, I don't
okay,
like
so
true.
who are people with great personalities that benefit hugely from editing? Without a staff.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it's good. And so I said, you should check these out. But then you see people like Miss Golightly at all. Then they'll go into stuff like, what was the one I sent him this morning? After I sent some nice ones, I sent one. It's like a video demonstration of how Idina Menzel has shredded her voice over the years from singing Defying Gravity too many times.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yes.
Okay. They're pretty funny. And they're amusing. The On My Own one
it's your
really
birthday.
good.
Yes, it's really fun.
What? I'm sorry. What did I get wrong?
No, you're some people
don't make it about my
find that
birthday.
funny.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know if it's funny that she's absolutely destroyed her voice, but
it's not accurate that
funny.
she's destroyed her voice. So maybe you do have an opinion about this.
I don't have.
Have you tried
think
Defying
the noises
Gravity?
are funny.
Ask your doctor if Defying Gravity is right for you. Hi.
You're for good.
I'm Robert Gravity, and I'm for good. I don't know that song at all. Here's what I know. I know the songs I know from Wicked, which is almost exactly 3 songs. I know that those are from the first act. And when they said it was going to be in 2 movies, I was all like, you going to Harry Potter this shit, really? Because I'd always heard the second act is not as good. Now, did you enjoy the movie?
Yes,
It's more Glinda-centric?
Yes, as the second act did. And as much as I think John Chu could, he fixed the second act of that play, which I think you haven't seen it, but it sounds like you're going light on it. I think it is a terrible second act.
People who love
terrible.
The songs. I mean, there's that. Is it called For Good? Is that the song where it makes everybody cry?
Yes,
it's really, and that's a really good song, right? I should check that out.
Yeah, and you should check out. Wow, No Good Deed Goes Unpunished.
Okay,
but that's it. Oh well, there are 2 other songs that are kind of good, but they were added by John Chu because the second act.
Is it okay if I just
nothing.
listen? I know this is probably heretical, but is it okay if I just listen to the original Broadway?
Oh yes, okay. It's also wonderful.
Popular. I think Kristen Chenoweth is very talented. I think she's charming, and you can put her in your pocket. She's so little. Oh, she's not on my list. I got to put her. Is she on my list? She's got to be on the list.
Of pocketable people? I didn't know there was a pocketable people list.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
List. I added some new people recently. I continue to add people to this list. And Ariana Grande, how are her collarbones doing? We don't talk about that, right? We don't talk about that. That's good. We probably shouldn't talk about that. Kristen Chenoweth is 4'11.1 inches.
That's a joke. That is a
You're a
joke
joke.
size of a person. That's, I mean,
Do you want
it's
to know
a
some
good
other
joke
people
size.
who are in the 4'11 range? I got 4.
Yes.
Okay, do you really care? Or are you pretending to care because
yes,
it's my fucking
Merlin,
birthday?
No.
People
If
just worry too much about birthdays. It's just it's weird.
I'm not worried.
I'm not worried. I'm happy.
Momentarily, I know it makes me happy.
You're so nervous.
I don't care what. Am I?
Keep
I don't
going.
know.
Walking.
I want to hear about the people
Okay.
below 5 feet, but not above 5
absolutely.
feet.
Well, let me
because they
send
get
you.
too much credit.
I think this is a public spreadsheet, and I think if I send you the link, does this work? Are you able to click on that and see it?
Oh, packages.
Hey, everybody.
Rich text preview. Okay, all right.
Okay, so are you in? Let's see what I like to see what people are called. You are. Let's see. Oh, it won't show me your name. Maybe I have it turned off. Oh, you're Anonymous Wombat. Title. I like the names they give people. Anonymous Wombat. Okay, so I would point you. So what you're looking at here is a list of, and I don't police this as close as I should. So there might be duplicates. There's certainly going to be errors. I don't care, because what's more important in life than being right?
Being happy.
Thank you. This is sorted by height. If you go down to line 53, go down to line 90. You're probably on your phone, so I don't know if you can see this. On line 53, you'll see that the average height of a man in the United States is 5'9.1 inches. I just think this is interesting as a, sort of a, what would you call it? A yardstick, right? Average height of a woman in the United States is 5'3.6. Doesn't that seem a little low on the low side? I would think like 5'5" is more average.
I don't know, because I thought, average man,
5'3"
that
is a
sounds
little short
low,
to me.
But it depends where this data is coming from, because women lie about their height on their driver's license, and men, I'm sorry, both men and women, and
Don't put anything,
everyone,
don't
all
put
of the
anything you
above.
say.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I am 2 inches taller.
Then your driver's license says? I think I'm an inch taller than
no.
I think I'm an inch shorter than I thought I was.
Well,
And ask
what-
me if I care.
Yeah, exactly. What matters more than height?
Being happy. Okay, so let's go down. Let's go down to line 106. This one surprised me. Well, first of all, okay, so let's look at 105. Oh man, I don't even know where to start. I'm so excited. I rewatched because it was mentioned in something I was listening to or watching, but I rewatched the SNL 50, and I'm constantly
The concert or the
3-hour regular
compilation?
show. Yeah, but so it opens with Sabrina Carpenter singing with Paul Simon, who's 149 years old. He looks like something you clear out of a cobweb. And he's not a big guy either.
though.
He's on the now. What are there? So Sabrina Carpenter. I just want to say, I think so. I don't know much about Sabrina Carpenter. I know she has a song called Espresso. Mainly, what I know about Sabrina Carpenter is what I've heard secondhand and what I've seen when she's on SNL. I think she is extremely talented. In a similar way to Ariana Grande. I mean, different things, different styles, but in a similar way of like Ariana just shows up, and I think she's just very charming. You know what I mean? She knows who she is. And I think Sabrina Carpenter's fucking hilarious and a really good singer and a very funny actor. I just want to say that.
One of the best SNL episodes of the year.
That was a good one.
Top
Now,
five.
Sabrina
Yes.
Carpenter, the singer of the song Espresso, she's exactly 5 feet tall. The same height, okay, as Lauren Mayberry. From Churches.
The band. Okay, yes. I didn't know the name.
Do you know that
No,
song,
band.
The Mother We Share?
Yes.
It's one of my favorite songs.
Oh.
They're
Gotta go on the
the
list.
cover art for the Pretty Maids list, because I think the first 3 songs on their first album must be listened together. Then we get into the interesting ones. You'll remember a while back, this Be Kind Rewind might come up more than once today. We watched a really good, for a challenge even, we watched a really good Be Kind Rewind video about the casting of the movie Valley of the Dolls. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Patty Duke, I gotta say, shorter than I thought. We're moving down now. 4'11.8 inches is Patty Duke. Patty likes to rock and roll. A hot dog makes her lose control. Did you know that that's
Are
in
you
the lyrics?
going-
That's in the lyrics to the theme song for the Patty Duke show.
All I remember is hot dog.
Do and crepe Suzettes. But Patty likes to rock and roll. A hot dog makes her lose control. I would love to meet a 4'11" woman for whom a hot dog makes her lose control. I fucking love hot dogs.
Her.
I know. I don't eat hot dogs as much as I should, and I always enjoy them. I'll do a couple more. Quinta Brunson, who is also in the SNL 50. She's one of the fake audience members. Quinta Brunson from the television show Abbott Elementary, the showrunner or creator of that. She's 4 foot 11.5 inches. Are you with? Are you in this? Are you on your phone? Can you see these 107?
I'm not on my phone. I am seeing this, and I'm starting to form a conspiracy theory.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right.
What, do you want to do it now, or should I do a couple more heights?
Give me some more heights, because
Kristen
this is
Chenoweth,
very
who played
important.
Glinda in Wicked, who's just generally charming. I think she was in Pushing Up Daisies too.
Yes, she was.
And was Lee Pace in that?
Yes, he was.
Does that ever seem strange? Does that ever seem strange to you that they were in that?
No, they're both extremely charming.
I think it's weird.
and
Like when
it's a
Lee Pace
weird
was in
show.
*Halt and Catch Fire*, it was really weird to me because I think of him as a movie guy. I think of him in that Tarsum Singh movie, or Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever.
I think of him as a TV guy because of Pushing Daisy.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Indeed. I mean, I like the phrase. Ain't that a kick in the
You'll remember that possibly from a wonderful episode of What We Do in the Shadows.
I know.
Mr. Sinatra, I don't remember you being Chinese. Okay, this is a good one. Arguably the all-time great guest on the Graham Norton Show. Many will know her as Professor Sprout in a Harry Potter movie. Miriam Margolyes, the famous lesbian whose house was used by drug dealers. She, the woman who cut herself on the tampon machine. Miriam, have you watched many Miriam Margolyes things on? I don't think I'm saying her name right. I apologize. But have you watched many of her like compilations with Graham Norton?
I have not watched many Graham Norton.
Oh, he's so funny. He's so charming. Well, did I send you the Crown? I sent you the Crown one, right?
I don't think so.
I thought I sent it to you last week. All right, are you writing all this down? I'm not. It's my birthday.
I am. Yep. You posted it on Blue Sky. There we go.
Oh, I thought I sent it to. Okay, I thought I sent it to you, but here, I'll send it to you with a timestamp. It's a wonderful moment when, is it Josh Connor? I've got to learn what his name is. When the guy who plays Charles and the woman who plays Diana, Emma Corrin.
Young or McNutty age?
No. The one talks like this through his teeth, the young one.
Oh.
The one who goes to Wales. Anyway, and Graham's asking them, how do you like get into the roles? How do you warm up? And I won't spoil it for you, but it's pretty funny, and they have a really cute rapport. Emma Corrin strikes me as an extremely odd person. There's I think she's very interesting. Her fashion stuff is super interesting. She always looks very unhappy, except when she's not. And she has a beautiful smile, and she's really fucking funny. Okay, I'll do one. So they're talking about how they get into character. And Emma Corrin, trained monkey shit, right? Well, show us. And she's like, well, I would just think about the word all like with Diana, it has to go down at the end of every sentence. Like, no matter if you had the best day you've ever had, it's still very sad. But the one was one word or two words, depending on your spelling. All right. And they both do it. Josh Connor and her both do a really good Princess Diana. All right. I like, what's the thing? Oh, what's the sweet thing she says to her kids? What does she call hugs? She has a cute name for hugs. Debicki does. Squeezies or something like that?
Squeezies?
Something like that.
Yeah, squeeze.
I forgot it. Anyhow, and then we get into the good stuff. As I recently mentioned on Roderick on the Line, I once had the honor and pleasure, as we call it in Ohio, the pleasure of interviewing John Hodgman for something that was later broadcast on City Arts and Lectures on KQED, a long-running series here. And for most of the life of that series, the intro voice at the beginning was the actor Linda Hunt, that some of you may know. She was in that movie with Sam Waterston where she plays a man in Cambodia. I think she won an Oscar for that. Google Linda Hunt.
Celebrity mind is Linda Hunt.
Yeah, Google Linda Hunt. She's a little person. Anyway, I have a tape of her saying my name.
The
Merlin Man.
oh, okay.
She was also in. She was also in. She was in Dune. She was in the old Dune movie. He is the Kwisatz Haderach. She didn't say that. That's not the titular line. Linda Hunt is 4'9", my friend. Now we get into the uncut shit. Let's go through it quickly. Billy Barty, an actor that, again, we were talking about on Roderick on Monday. He was 4'6". Jack Purvis from Star Wars and the Terry Gilliam movies. Jack Purvis, who was in a double act with Kenny Baker. He was 4'4". Kenny Baker, R2-D2, who had previously been in a cabaret double act with Jack Purvis. He's ready for this, Kenny Baker, R2-D2. You see this? Are you on 113? Line 113?
Yes.
3'7".
Yes.
And then when I was a child, there was something called the Guinness Book of World Records. And we had the 1974 copy of the Guinness. We had other ones, but that was the one I really imprinted on, was the Guinness Book of World Records. And a lot of people my age, I think, have very much imprinted on the Guinness Book of World Records. You might remember Robert Earl Hughes. I think he weighed 1,069 pounds and was buried in a coffin the size of a piano case.
Was that the bathtub guy?
No, that's Taft. He was our heaviest president. Our heaviest president.
No. Nope.
Why? You ever seen a photo of all the workmen in the bathtub?
Yep.
Yeah. He's a big fella. Supreme Court Justice. He did it all. He's from Ohio. My mom worked.
As Mr. Trump, sir, says, I'm not going to make fun of fat. I'm not going to make fun. You don't get my JB jokes.
JD jokes?
No. Mr. Pritzker.
Is this your first time dining at JD
jokes? Yeah. A writer put this together. Wow.
Okay, what's the bit? Sorry, what's the bit? What's the bit?
To you, Mr. Trump, sir.
Okay, yeah. But tell me what the bit is.
There's no
drop your meta bit and do one bit at a time. I know the Mr. Trump sir bit. Leave that aside. What is the bit about fat people? And he has people write jokes for him. What does that mean?
He said he wasn't going to do his Pritzker joke. He was upset in his little speech.
So
and
pause.
Said, no.
Pause. According to you, Donald Trump, who has a lot of beef with the governor of Illinois,
yes.
J.B. Pritzker. J.B. Pritzker, who's he's a very articulate, interesting fella, I think. But he is a heavy fella. And so Mr. Trump, sir, has announced he's no longer going to make jokes about Pritzker.
Yes.
How come?
Specifically, he says he's no longer going to make fat jokes. And
what was the context? Do you remember?
That Chicago is dangerous, and that because of JB Pritzker, and he's not even going to tell the jokes. He doesn't really say why, other than the implication that he doesn't want to make a fat joke, and then he does indeed talk about how fat.
That's a classic dumb guy thing. You usually do it to be funny. You say something like, "Is your hair supposed to look like that?" That kind of thing. You don't sweat. You don't sweat much for a fat girl. Those kinds of things. It was a compliment. Why are you so sensitive? You're so emotional. Guinness Book of World Records, 1974. You flip through the opening, and it opens with all the body stuff. The heaviest, the tallest. You got Robert Pershing Wadlow. Hey, scroll to the top. Go to line 2, because line 1 is the header. Line 2, Robert Pershing Wadlow, 8'11". There's a fella playing basketball right now named Victor Wembanyama. Okay? He's a current player for the San Antonio Spurs. He's currently the tallest person playing NBA basketball. He's 7'5".
That feels short. I don't know.
Greg Davis is the same size as John Fetterman and Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves Raymond.
That sounds tall. I don't know why in my head. Yeah.
You ever seen a photo of him and Bob Mortimer together? It's very upsetting. Meats and cheeses always pleases.
I haven't had the pleasure.
Meats and cheeses always pleases. I am balls deep in Bob Mortimer right now. The thing where he tells Richard Ayoade about the time he invested in a reverse toilet with Christian Slater, what is improv made-up story. I have watched it dozens of times in the last 3 days. It's like the fucking funniest thing I've ever seen. Do you know how good improv can be, Alex? People just make stuff
do.
up, and it's funny.
Yes. TJ and Dave. Dave and TJ?
BJ and the Bear.
Ba-
TJ McKay, and trust this is all made up. Justin Thoreau's
Bob
5'9".
Mortimer.
There's people who are my height.
Ooh.
Let's see. I'm here. I'm
Okay,
5 foot
all
9.1 inches. I think that's accurate. So I'm a little. I'm sorry, 5'9", 5'9.5". I don't know. I should fix this. I'm not that sensitive. Oh, it's interesting. So Lauren Lapkus, one of my comedy girlfriends, she's taller than me. She's 5'10". Kenneth Branagh from Henry V and Thor. He's 5'9".
And Hercule Poirot.
Hercule Poirot.
He goes on the big train.
And then there's me. Hello. Justin Thoreau, 5'9". Now, this one blows my fucking mind. This makes no sense to me. Art Garfunkel's 5'9". If you had asked me, I would tell you Art Garfunkel is 6'2".
Oh, I was going to say 6'1".
Well, because you've seen photos of them together. Look at the cover of Bridge Over Troubled Water, which is very symbolic. Because Paul is basically obscuring Art in the photo, but Art looks so much taller because Paul Simon, let's look on the list. We'll cut all this out.
Absolutely.
Paul Simon is 5'3". He is
You
the
don't
same
have any
size.
indication of roll or on in for Paul Simon.
Roller on in?
Yeah.
What that mean?
For I don't know. You have them as
Roller on
headers.
in. What's that mean?
Roll. No.
Roll.
roll.
Roll her.
Roller
Roll
on
doll.
in.
A doll's house. Sharp objects. This dollhouse is my fancy.
The peach is so giant. They have to
The
roll
peach
it.
is so giant. Roll the. Okay, you know when we listen back,
if you don't get my roll doll, roll doll jokes.
Oh, I see.
Doll,
I thought you rolled all of them.
I'm not quick today.
Chokey means
or
jailed.
often.
Did you know that? That's what that means.
No,
I only learned that this week
is
because of my British, because of my British, yeah, it's because of my British affliction. I learned when and there, what's her name, Miss Honey. Mm-hmm. God, I would ruin her. They would need dental records when I was done with her. Puts the little boy in the chokey, right?
Would you Roman off her, or would it be? God.
I'd roll her doll. She's so slender. She's so slender. We probably couldn't even wear the same clothes. It's nice to go out with somebody where you can share clothes.
No, it gets weird fast. No. Have you ever gone out with someone where you can share the same clothes?
Alex.
Have you had the pleasure
Of course I have. I'm really good at picking. I'm a serial monogamist, so I need to choose well each time.
That's true.
Whether or not they're breakfast people. If this helps at all, Paul Simon, who sings with Sabrina Carpenter in the SNL 50, Paul Simon is 5'3", which makes him the same height as Natalie Portman and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. So when you see Elaine, think Simon.
Well, now I'm going to think Sabrina Carpenter. And now when I think Sabrina Carpenter, I'm going to think Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Louis.
Because, yeah.
It's not Louise.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Same thing happened when she was on SNL for a season. Everybody called her Julia Louis-Dreyfus. And it's not. It's Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Because she's from, well, you remember the Dreyfus Affair? Like, she's from a famous rich French Jewish family. Remember the Dreyfus Affair?
No, I don't.
Google it. Google Saudi Falcon. What was the line, Alex?
I know
What was the line?
Google Saudi.
It was the title of an episode.
Airplane.
Site hey, you guys, annual reminder because it's my birthday.
Oh, God, I'm snorting.
You snorted. You can go to Google, and if you type in site : dudebyfriday.com and Saudi, that will restrict your search to the Dude by Friday site. Gratitude is my kink. The dust is your daddy. Google. Claude is Google. Oh my God. I'm just going to read a few
Google
of
is
these. I can't
Claude.
find it. I thought it was Google Saudi. Claude is Google. Secret Walgreens. Master Cable Daddy. The Polish Instructions. The Good Plastic. Secret Gland. I Would Love to Be a Nothing. My Lady Wad. Can't I Just Like My Stories? That's got to be Max. And let's talk about the green onion.
I don't like knowing who
Lesbian
said
emeritus.
each
I think I said that
phrase.
about you.
you did.
It's pretty funny.
That's very good.
It's a pretty good joke.
It is.
Arthur Kessler says creativity is the collision of two different, generally seemingly incompatible planes. And the result, that thus the act of creation, as his book is called, he's not famous for this. He's famous for other stuff. But because I did a research project on this book. Anyhow, he says that that's what the act of creation is. It was when two different planes collide, two seemingly incompatible things, and the result is either humor or tragedy.
Oh God, I was gonna say, is this like a 9/11 joke? And then it almost
like
became a
the example
9/11 sincerity.
It's I haven't thought about this a ton since 1988, but one example he gives that I think is pretty good, and I'll probably massacre. Somebody slips on the ice and falls, and it's like, oh shit! Like if that's an old lady, and it's because she was like trying to do something nice for somebody, like that's a tragedy. That sucks. But like if it's a pretentious person in like a Jacques Tati movie, it's pretty funny. I bought the Jacques Tati box set.
A box set.
Box set.
Box set of
Jacques Tati. You ever seen Playtime?
No.
Oh, fuck me gently. It's a goodie. And so that's Heights. We'll cut all that out. Fuzzy Pharma.
Do you think these are all not definitely not all, but a good portion of these famous people could be DEI hires or DEI influencers?
I used that phrase just this morning. I sent Billy a podcast. I said, you've got to listen to this. It's got the classic podcast setup for talking about a musical. It's got the regular guy, the music girly, and the homosexual.
Yes.
And I said, in this case, I really think, honestly, the homosexual, it's not technically considered a DEI hire. And I thought that was funny.
That's exactly they're
essential to it
in that case. Yes. Well,
I mean, if you're going to hire somebody to make French fries at McDonald's, it'd be nice if you taught them how to make French fries. And if you're going to be catty about how the second Wicked movie is not as good, you're going to want a homosexual. Imagine Julian Clary. I wonder how tall he is. How tall is Julian Clary?
Well, if you're gonna have a Tom Cruise, you need a tiny lady. Otherwise, he gets a little weird.
There's only so much you can do. Julian Clary's 6'2". How about that? Do you enjoy him on Taskmaster?
Rory being 6'2".
You like him, right? You like his season? It's the one with Sam Campbell and Lucy Beaumont. He brings in the table made of butts.
Most people's memories, the way most people's memories work.
I can't wait to hear this because I need to know this. I need to learn this. Let it begin with me. How do most people's memories work?
Merlin,
Alex,
it's been said most people's memories, the more you revisit something, you will just sort of distort it to be your own lived experience.
I've heard that. I believe that. I'm not persuaded it's true, but yes, the idea is like I'm like this with music. I will not listen to Meadowlands by the Wrens more than once a year because I would need it to stay special for the rest of my life. And if I revisit the same dream and describe it to people over and over, it's like when your family tells you stories about when you were 3, when you are practically incapable of having formed a real memory of that before the age of 5. I mean, it's very rare to have that many accurate memories from before you were about 5, because that's how the human brain works.
And I could not be convinced that I don't have a memory of my brother being born. And
really? No shit. You feel like you remember that?
I don't remember him being born, but I think I have told it wasn't that.
I remember being
upsetting.
Disappointing.
What was upsetting? What was so upsetting was
clear.
He got the
doctor
titular Rubber Ducky from the Rubber Ducky song in Sesame Street.
Oh, Julian Clary or the person who delivered you?
Wait, what? The
Rubber Ducky, joy of joys.
Oh,
when I squeeze you, you make noise.
And it was a symbolic gift, a newborn.
The moon,
yeah,
but I don't think I want to live there. I'm singing it only because it does make both of us cry.
It's fair. No, I'm fine.
Find it for notes.
But
I don't want to live on the moon. Oh, what a good song.
Oh God. But you can't give an infant a rubber ducky to play with in any meaningful way. But so it was one of those symbolic.
So do you have a memory of that?
I have a memory of him from my aunt receiving the titular real rubber ducky. No.
Who's him?
Just him, my brother, who had been born previously, like a week earlier. And no. This is the one who is now my favorite because he gave me nieces, or at least helped.
Can you give him a funny name? The Neesonator?
The
Niece producer?
no,
seed spiller?
no,
The mama
no.
filler?
Oh God!
baby maker?
Oh, he's the ducky boy. He is the
triple
titular
threat?
ducky boy. No. Okay, that one's good.
Ducky boy?
But I got a.
So he made 3 of your nieces, right? Because like weren't 2 of them dressed the same in that photograph? I assume they're siblings. And then you got the baby.
I hope so. Yeah. Yes.
I know.
There's 3 of them.
Phyllis Diller had a funny. I think it was Phyllis Diller. It might have been Joan Rivers. I think it was Phyllis Diller had a very, very funny joke one time. Something about my husband cheats on me so much. I'm not even sure if our last child was mine. I thought that was a funny joke.
That is. What year was that? That's a good.
Florida State Seminole vesicles.
Torres
Balsack doing a skateboard trick. Had to show it to his mom. I guess I should close the Heights. We got shit. Fuck. This is gonna be a marathon episode. Is that okay?
Yes, I can't. I have
so much. I have so much I want to hear you talk about.
Oh,
You what?
Letterkenny.
You don't
balls. No. I don't like that I couldn't type Letterkenny correctly or fast enough to get it in the show notes list. But I got it. Don't worry. The state Seminole vesicles.
He punches the guy in the face and he says, "Welcome to Letterkenny."
It's a good show.
And I love that song plays. What's it called? Everyone is Everyone. That's such a good song.
But is it possible that your memory works
differently
in a different, not a unique way? Because there's other people
literally
who probably
unique.
have this. You literally uniquely enhance your memory by re-watching or revisiting something, but you don't actually remember the thing, but rather the names and then the association with those
I think
things.
that's Alex, that's actually a really good insight.
I wrote it down. I genuinely thought about
well, shit, dog,
because
say it again. Say it again. Is it possible?
Is it possible that when you revisit a piece of media,
When one revisits or when Merlin revisits?
Actually,
no,
okay,
I mean, it's important to the story.
It is important in that I think maybe when you revisit a piece of media,
Meaning me?
it's yes,
Okay.
not the
Words are
the
important.
titular you.
Wait
You're
till you hear the next rec diffs. We go fucking hammer and tongs on that New York Times story about the dog shooting a guy with a shotgun. We did like an hour on this. There were times where all we did was just talk about the headline for 5 minutes because it's so poorly written.
It linked to other terrible headlines too.
Dog
Incredible.
accidentally shoots man with shotgun. Hey, listen, everybody. Can you really clean a shotgun while it's loaded? Because it seems to me you would need to unload the shotgun if you were cleaning it. It's a really funny episode.
That's another jam up. I don't know about these dogs.
Is it possible that when
people.
Merlin Mann
Is it
remembers
possible
something, that I'm
when
not really
Merlin
remembering the
Mann
thing, I'm remembering perhaps my metadata about the thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
that is a good way to put it. But
Thanks.
also that your brain is forming more connections to more things that you think you remember.
Ooh, I feel like I could see like a
media.
Nova animation of this from the late
Exactly.
90s, and there's like synapse. Like remember when I first saw the butterfly, the Lorentz curve? That I learned about that from Nova. Like butterfly flaps its wings, Lorentz curve stuff. Notes. No, it makes that weird like ovoid pattern. Chaos.
No,
theory.
I know. And when you say butterfly, I immediately think of
Pinkerton.
the butterfly effect, but not
butterfly
Sophia
effect.
Plath, the butterfly effect, but
I think you think about
Sophia
Pinkerton.
Plath. Sometimes
Pinkerton's about Madame Butterfly.
there's a pink triangle. Everyone's a little queer. Why can't she be a little straight?
Why can't she be a little
It's a fair
straight?
question. Listen, like
You are an
what is it,
18-year-old
30
girl who
ways
lived in
later-
small
later?
city in Japan. You hear me on the radio about 1 year ago, and you wanted to know all about me and my hobbies, my favorite foods, and my birthday. Why are you
can't
so
listen
far
to
away
that
from me?
record
That record
very
is
often.
so fucking good.
It is.
Talk about
but-
a reappraisal. Fuck me gently.
Well,
People hate. No, Alex, you weren't there. You were 6. People fucking hated that album when it came out. People who liked Weezer hated it, and people who never heard of Weezer hated it. And it's like they're like, and kind of like to an extent, I didn't hate it, but I was very much like, this is pretty different from the Blue Album, which is one of the greatest albums. But then I got to where I'd be walking around and I could just be listening to Pinkerton and it would just make me cry. He got his leg lengthened.
Did he really?
Yeah. So the things to know about what's his name, Rivers.
Did
It's
that
Rivers,
affect
Rivers
his-
Cuomo, River Phoenix. Yes,
Yes.
a confluence of events. They've gotten really popular. He's a very weird guy who, like, even from an very early time, has strange ideas about celebrity. And this is, I think, is it before he went to Harvard, but after the Blue album, one of the things was he had whatever it's called, where one of your legs is not the same length as the other. Never talked to a chiropractor about this because they're not really a doctor. But he had to have his leg lengthened. Have you ever heard about this process?
No.
I've
heard of it
they basically break your leg.
happening. Yeah.
I mean, my wife had this with her jaw, so she could have this crazy surgery in the 2000s. But yeah, I think they break it, but then it's just apparently just impossibly painful. And you lay in bed with this brace that's essentially making your leg, I don't know, an eighth of an inch longer or something like that.
Oh, and River was this a
That was one of the things that happened in the run up.
but was it cosmetic? Like, I've heard this happening, but it is for
You mean it was like strictly medical? No, I understand. I think I understand. Yeah.
purposes. And it just seems like Rivers Cuomo is the type of person, based on everything he said publicly and in his music, that I don't know would be into.
He uses the phrase star in an unusual way. Because, like, if he'd said rock and roll star, but he uses the word star in kind of a weird way. I'm going to give you, here's some lines from a song made famous by Marco Arment called The Good Life. Oh my gosh, these lyrics are so good. I don't want to be an old man. And the song, I don't want to be an old man anymore. It's been a year or two since I was out on the floor. I am reading from lyrics. Shaking booty, making sweet love all the night. It's time I got back to the good life. But so when I look in the mirror, I can't believe. When I look in the mirror, I can't believe what I see. Tell me who's that funky dude staring back at me? Broken, beaten down. Can't even get around without an old man cane. I fall and hit the ground, shivering in the cold. I'm bitter and I'm alone. Because he had to walk around with a cane.
I think, one of my favorite albums, and
I love this album.
you're making it sound really funny. The tragic song is becoming a comedy.
How is it you find problems with so many things that aren't a problem?
I'm not saying it's a problem. I am
You're
just
a
saying you
problem.
are making it sound funny. Oh, I know.
I'm making it sound
But
funny. It is funny. You can be funny
It
and
is.
serious at the same time, Alex.
Yeah,
It's called
comedy and
irony.
tragedy. It's called creativity. They're
Irony.
clashing.
It's called irony in
Yeah.
the actual sense, not like Dave Coulier going down on you in a theater.
I'm sorry. There's such
I
a
hear
loud.
it. That's a pile driver. It sounds like a pile
It's
driver.
so
No, it sounds like
that's
somebody
the
throwing things in an
trash
empty
thing.
truck.
Maybe.
Is it? Wait, hang on. I can do this. It's someone throwing a tricycle into a blue truck. Is this your
No,
card?
That would be cool.
Playing with
hearts.
the two of hearts.
Oh boy. Look at all of those. See, you're really. I think we need a phrase for this. Not Nova-ing out, because that's the dumb.
But the sign, but the
phrase.
the animation would be explaining
yes.
like synaptic things, kind of the opposite of that poem, Forgetfulness, where things are disappearing. Instead, right, synapses. You're suggesting I might be building new connections that could be interesting, could be true. Or sorry, could be interesting, could be relevant, but may not be strictly true. Hardly
Yes.
strictly true.
You've got your little obsidian vault, and the backlinks are just piling up.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious about the amount of metadata that overwrites
I think that's a very
the
interesting
actual
question.
media.
The thing that I always come back to that, like, in my brain, and this again, all I know is my own experience. So I can't. It would be silly for me to speculate too much about other people. But like, think about that phrase. As far as I'm concerned, all you new waivers are in purgatory. Why, Alex? Why would I remember that? Let alone, this is from the summer of probably 1988. A man said to my friend Michael and me, a guy who was definitely not missing his best bet, if you know what I mean. He said, as in a very funny Southern Queen accent, he could be played by Julian Clary. He said, as far as I'm concerned, all you new waivers are in purgatory. Why did I remember that? Why do I continue to remember that? And why do I think of it all the time? it wasn't like getting punched in the face. It wasn't like a car accident. It wasn't like one of those, flashbulb memory, blah, blah, blah. I think my brain is, the stupidest way I can think of it is my brain is very susceptible, for better or for worse, to memorable things people said, melodic thing. I don't know what it is, but it's like, it's Spencer Bledsoe.
We talked about
Last night out of nowhere, Syracuse goes, we challenge each other, we challenge ourselves. And because there's just certain things, see the violence inherent in the system. Like there's just certain things in life that are just like fucking in my brain. You know what I mean?
You have a sense.
That's how stuff. I think that's the way stuff gets in and sticks. Is like there's like a memorable cadence or something to it. And like on Monday, John said something. John started a sentence with talking about what he wanted, and I started cackling because all I can hear is Michael Corleone with a broken jaw. How's the Italian food here? He says.
Well, okay. I think what I want. That's a common. It has like a cadence that everyone can appreciate.
I just don't like doing catchphrases that are lame. I mean, I think that's one difference. Is you know what I mean? Like, I think I use all of that ephemera in my brain as my dictionary, my dictionary of non sequiturs. Okay. So,
Fatal.
okay, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give you some from before you were a sentient person, probably. Talk to the hand. Don't go there. Thank you. What are some other ones? Which I still use because that's a tribute to our late friend Nancy. Thank you. But you know what I mean? Like those kinds of things. It's an interesting theory. It's not that I'm addicted to novelty. It's that I'm enervated by specificity and concision. It's more than just something where it's not like I'm trying to seem smart when I say this. No, you mean this word instead of that. I would never say you mean, because people shouldn't do that. But there are times where I'm like, well, God, there's such a good word, le mot juste, as the French would say. There is a right word for this. And to quote Mark Twain, the difference between the right word and not almost the right word is the difference between lightning and a lightning bug.
Did he actually say that? See, I don't know if any Mark
I think it was
Twain
probably Winston
books
Churchill
are
in
at this
1984. He was at a soft cell show. Bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun. The memory in the mind, it's amazing what the mind
who have
does.
the same, is it also, because it's a dictionary of non sequiturs, but could it also be, I don't know, like that you filter people by your keywords with the metadata.
And deciding what to deploy.
Not just that, but the way that you think punctuality is a
sign of character.
Yes, that it's just
I don't say it out loud that much to the person.
No, just 2 days ago.
What?
Not that much.
Huh?
The way that other people, if you say something like there's dog whistle, you have infected me because I don't want to say dog whistles because dog whistles mean a certain thing.
It's okay. No, just so sometimes the thing I'll say to my, do you remember that thing? I think it was even a challenge. It's kind of based on something that they say on. There's a funny thing that Wayne and others will sometimes say on Letterkenny. I think he says it in the first episode, either to the hockey players or maybe to, I forget who. Might have been to Alexander. Pull your pants up, Alexander. But a phrase that you hear on Letterkenny a lot that I really like, something like, yeah, let's try taking about 20% off there. Right? Like when you're acting like a real spasmo, and you say to somebody, "Hey, let's." Something I like to say to myself sometimes. Let's try bringing that down by about 20%. Was this a challenge? I think this was a challenge.
Yes, but I didn't think that was a phrase that you came up with.
I didn't. I don't care. I haven't come up with anything. But no. Tell me 20% slower. Tell me, because this is super interesting, actually.
when you meet a person,
Yeah,
you
because I
almost-
think I have a really good answer for this.
you have kind of a site colon. You put in the things that
Domain specificity, right?
yeah. And then you either put in your keyword searches, or it's just a little script that is constantly running in the back of your brain. And when something pops up, you're like, oh yeah, that is a
more like
private
Launch
mind motion I
D's
have.
nuts. Syracuse. Can I give you an answer to the question you haven't asked?
Yeah,
Absolutely. And I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you how. Another reference to something I refer to a lot. One of my favorite things in the world is, well, pretty much anything Ricky Jay has done, his performances. While I would not consider myself in any way, I would not identify myself as a fan of magic. Magic, as you may have heard me say, is in my belief a form of assault. Magic should always require consent in advance. And I should know what it is you're going to make it look like happened before it happened. That's the only way to consent to magic. If somebody's hiding playing cards in your office, look out. fucking look. I don't know how many cards are still in my office, and I've looked. I've only found 2 so far. 2 cards. I went to the bathroom to urinate during a podcast, and at some point in that amount of time, Max hid playing cards around my office that I'm still finding.
Or did he?
Or here's the thing. There's a great demonstration Ricky Jay did. I'll mention this again because I've mentioned this a lot lately, but I'll formally mention it here. There's a wonderful show called Ricky Jay and His 52 Assistants, which is a live show that Ricky Jay, the late great magician and magic historian, archivist, bon vivant, raconteur, card thrower. He
Hottie.
Potty?
Hottie. It's very
Hottie.
interesting.
Hottie. Oh yeah. He's in Boogie Nights. You know, he does this wonderful demonstration where he's brought 2 people from the audience on stage. Oh, sorry. So to finish the thought, somebody has recently done a pretty okay, not too creamy and overdone, but 4K upscale remaster of that one version of Ricky Jay and His 52 Assistants that's been on YouTube forever, where somebody recorded it on VCR off of HBO in 1997, and that's the version that people have had access to. And this person did a pretty nice cleanup of it, and I watched it again. Highly recommended. Notes if we could find it. The 4K upscale of that. What's weird is because of the 4K upscale, for the very first time in the half dozen times I've watched this, I can see how he does one of the effects.
That's weird.
I like not knowing.
Ugh.
I like not knowing.
That's really.
I don't want to watch a stripper dress. Well, no. Like if I'm backstage and seeing how they put the clothes on, that's not as fun as the part.
It ruins the effect.
You know what they say? They say
You
never
don't know
compare.
what's under
Never
there in
compare.
advance.
Never
You just
compare your
don't.
backstage to other people's on stage. That's what they say. He does this wonderful demonstration. He brings in these 2 guys. He's like, anybody in the audience, familiar with the rules of cards, poker, gin, rummy, blah, blah, blah. And he does this wonderful demonstration of cheating. Like explaining what is the difference between cheating, what is it, and hustling, and like all these different things. And he shows a kind of hustling that involves cheating. Now, hustling, as we may know in pool, like if you're a pool hustler, is somebody who makes money playing pool by getting into bets and games with people who don't know how good they actually are or how good they can be, right? And so a hustler, the key part of being a hustler, like in so many cons, is not letting people know what you're up to, but also not letting people know how good you are at the same thing you seem like you're not really that good at, perhaps. And so the way you can keep someone going, you can read how the evening of betting is going and then read how much you should win by each time. Because if you're good at cheating, I swear I'm going somewhere with this. If you're good at cheating, as Ricky Jay, the great Ricky Jay is, you can win by exactly the amount you want to win. All right. So like if there's a baseball player and every time they walked up to the plate, no matter what the pitch was, no matter what the game was, if every single pitch that ever came to them resulted in a home run, it would seem weird. Right? It would seem like, how is this all this person does is hit home runs. That's really, really odd. Well, like, okay, well, I wouldn't bet that guy in a home run derby. Ricky Jay is saying, well, you could do it. Let's do it like a cut. You know, you ever do this? You say like, we're going to cut for who's going to deal. You cut the deck and whoever has the high card wins, right? Or you look at something like blackjack or poker or any of those things. In blackjack, you can lose if your hand goes over 21. That's how it works, right? You bust. And so there's a downside to adding more and more cards, and that's what makes it a game instead of just a pile of paper. Ricky Jay demonstrates various ways when you're hustling that you can, because you're cheating, that you can win by exactly the amount you want. And even the demonstration is perfect because they cut into the deck and the one guy has, I think, a queen and he pulls a king or an ace. And on the next one, the guy cuts and he gets like a 4. And so are you following this? So when Ricky Jay cuts, does he get an ace? He's got to beat a 4.
No.
Does he get a king? No, he cuts like a 6. And that is, if you think about it and take 2 steps back, that to me is what makes the effect so enchanting, is all those different parts together. You know, there's a subterfuge that you don't know about. There's something happening. Somebody has information or insight or skill that another person doesn't have and doesn't know that person has. And in the case of a magic effect, there's all kinds of things you've got to do to maintain people's attention and misdirect and all that kind of stuff. But like in that instance, he's so good at cheating. It's not just that he'll beat you, but he'll beat you by exactly the amount that he wants to beat you. And okay, so now when I'm going to talk about my pivot here, I'm not talking about beating people, but I am talking about learning how to hustle and cheat. And when you talked about the site colon person, right? So like if you and I are talking, like right now, I'm being silly on this show and deliberately doing stuff I don't know. I feel fairly certain that you don't know, right? Because I'm doing a bit, right? But like, I mean, like I'm not that annoying when we hang out, right? Like we just talk like people, and I don't try to embarrass you or anything. And I would make references that you would get, and I would make jokes that you would at least recognize. Or I would bring in I don't know how it works, but that to me is the fun of when you're talking to somebody and you're riffing. Or I suppose if you're doing improv, I don't know. But like if you're doing any of that stuff, you have to learn how to cut the deck to the point that makes sense for the game that you're playing and to the person you're playing with. And in this instance, I'm not trying to beat anybody, but like I want to get I think what I want is for my brain. Let me say, I'll put it this way. I derive a lot of pleasure out of my brain producing something that I hadn't expected. I don't know how it happens, but it makes me happy.
Oh.
And but the part that makes it extra good, in the same way that it would be one thing for a guy to always win at cards, and you go, well, that person's probably cheating. But you're playing somebody who's so good at cards that when they cheat and win exactly as much as they wanted to. But then let's never forget, but that's also part of this larger demonstration about the way we perceive the world. Fascinating. And he knows that, and he controls that environment, and he can do that. But like if I was talking to one of the moms at cross country, I wouldn't make a Chris Fleming reference. Right?
That would be...
But
I
there
don't
would
know,
be
but
other
what if
things,
there
other
was
cues,
something-
other cues about them that would make me
Exactly.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yes.
And the thing is, like, as you know, from listening to anybody who writes comedy, most people who write comedy aren't that funny, but they do produce a lot of humor. They're certainly not happy.
No.
But just listen to Elliot Kalin just go off for 45 minutes about whatever the fuck, Rocket Crocodile or whatever. Like just brain garbage that just comes out. And that to me is the psycholan part that's so interesting, is like, it's fun to riff with people where you can have this rhetorical dance with them back and forth. Do you know what I'm talking about? You see TJ and Dave, not as good an example because they're kind of low key, maybe Middleditch and Schwartz, who are basically doing TJ and Dave. But like that thing of like watching people play and dance a little bit with words is really thrilling to me. And I like to be part of that. I like when people do it to me. I like it when I do it to others. And that's why sometimes, just to be a little bit of sourpuss, when somebody makes the obvious joke or says, talk to the hand, it makes me so sad, because that is the equivalent of, as David Mitchell would say, just banging your head on the keyboard. If you say talk to the hand or don't go there, like, unless you can make it funny and interesting and contextual, but like finding the extreme specificity of a reference combination that's just slightly out of someone's reach and they don't know why really gets their attention. And that's how I get so many women for intercourse. Listen,
a special thing.
Is this your first time dining? Is this your first time dining at CGI Cunnilingus?
Do you have? Well, this might be a future challenge, but the whole catchphrase thing is, I think of them for a lot of people as escape phrases, as a lot of people now know are
What's that term?
Oh, that was going to be a pivot to the to the 4-hour video.
Oh no, I would love to talk about the 4-hour video.
The automatons, when you are having an interaction with somebody and it's not going the way you want, you need an escape phrase that just gets you out of it in a smooth way that makes it pleasant for everyone.
You know what one of mine is right now? I'm going to spoil a bit. Hey, everybody. Mm-hmm. When I don't know what to say on a podcast and I realize that it's falling apart, I for myself personally, because ultimately I am the only audience I want to please. If any of you others like it, as soon as I stop being pleased with my own bits, I'll get a job or something, I guess. But like, if I don't like it, why would anybody else like it? Of course I'm laughing at my own jokes. If you don't laugh at your own jokes, you're probably not that funny. Jesus Christ.
I'm not happy.
Get a horse.
Oh, listen.
That's what people used to say. People used to say that.
People used to harass cars. Get a horse?
Yeah. People used to harass cars. They would stand on the side of the road and yell things at people in automobiles because they didn't like that it scared the horses. They didn't like that it was taking over the roadways. Understandably, all the same way that people in New York feel about e-bikes now. Like, this is really like fucking everybody up. They go, get a horse. Which now has come to mean sort of like, now it's more meant like, oh, it's time for you to upgrade, you know? Henry Ford said you can have it in any color you want as long as it's black.
How do you know?
He was talking about men. He was talking about men to cheat on your husband with.
Wasn't gonna make the joke.
They come in all the colors. She comes in colors everywhere. That's sung by the Rolling Stones. But you see, you feel the dance. Do you feel it? Do you feel me? Do you feel the dance? Like it's like we're doing kung fu together. It's like I'm Stereo Pharrell, and you're little Arya.
Hey,
not today. Not today.
That's the first time.
What do we say to the god of mirth? We say, is this your first time dining at CGI Cunnilingus? But see, now that's a hat on a hat. It's a bridge too far. Which is also, Bridge Too Far is a 1970s. It's a 1970s movie about the Market Garden attack.
Have you ever read The Man with the Hats?
Nope.
Okay.
The Man with the Hats? What the fuck are you talking about, Oliver? What's his name?
No, the Man with the Hats. It is a children's book. Oh, I got it so wrong. So wrong. See, that's not in my metadata. Caps for Sale, where the monkeys steal his hats.
Caps for Sale, where the monkeys sometimes behave so strangely.
Oh, no.
Sometimes behave so strangely. Sometimes behave so strangely. You think we could find that?
They sometimes behave so strangely. Sometimes behave so strangely. Sometimes behave so strangely. Sometimes behave so strangely.
Hey, everybody. So anyway, What'd you say? Escape phrase?
Caps for Sale. Yeah, an escape
Caps for Sale.
phrase.
I thought you were talking about the man who mistook his wife for a hat. By Oliver Sacks. Who tore his Oliver Sacks trying to do a skateboard trick. Had to show his mom.
Hey, everybody.
Let's try taking about 20% off.
Escape.
Hey, everybody. Title. Oh, this is going to take a while to edit. Everybody. Okay. I'm so happy that anybody listens. It makes me so happy to know that, Alex. You know what I am? I'm thankful for that.
Yes. Hey, everybody. This week's challenge was ended up being twofold for me.
But there were formally 2 challenges this week.
There were formally 2 challenges. Mine was be thankful.
Nope.
No, what was it? Was it?
Your challenge was say what you're thankful for.
Oh, okay. I am thankful for.
Wait, whoa. Easy, Tex.
Okay,
Easy.
all right,
Wait,
all right.
wait.
all right.
Are you? Wait. Sometimes you don't need to dig, but there are also times when you ought and walk. Do we want to say what the two challenges? Can I take a cut at this?
Yes.
We had two challenges this week. This will well, it doesn't matter when it'll come out today, but tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and so we're in a mood thinking about that. One of the challenges was to be prepared to come in, say some things that you're thankful for. And the other challenge is mine, which was to watch something on Netflix or other, but I would bring you Netflix. Go on Netflix and watch something with audio description turned on and see how you feel about it. Those were our two challenges this week. But we also have to talk about the Be Kind Rewind Wizard of Oz Sphere video, and we've got to talk
I
about.
haven't watched that yet.
Oh
You
my
sent it
God,
right to
Alex.
before.
Oh
right
my
be-
God.
Let's watch. Let's talk about it in the after show. I can.
And we've also got to talk
watch that on
about
break.
the 4-hour Disney video.
One of the best videos on YouTube. I
And
think it's
That
superseded.
is that's an extreme statement. Audio description, thankful. Disney video, Graham Norton and The Crown. I think we've got it. That's everything. Oh, so do you want to start with yours? Should we end with thankful? Or should we start with thankful?
Yes. Let's start with the audio. I wasn't even aware that Netflix had any sort of audio descriptions because
This
so
is
often
when you can go in. Netflix does this a lot. Other places do it too. What you're going to get from this varies a lot. And I'm sorry, forgive me if you've heard the after show from last week. I'm repeating this so people understand the genesis of this. So audio description is nominally an accessibility function so that people with sight issues will be able to, in the same way that subtitles help people with hearing issues, that audio description is something where in various different ways, in various different degrees, with various different editorial decisions, and we've got to talk about that fucking Netflix document. Holy shit, what a gold mine. The audio description tells you what's happening on screen so you can follow the story. What intrigued me watching The Crown with audio description on was how well written the audio description was and how well suited it was to what was happening. And I noticed very quickly that it added a lot of editorial things that were not in evidence without the audio description, including extra information that's just simply not in any other part of the TV show. And so I thought it'd be fun to watch that and see what you think about that. But Netflix or other, did you watch it on Netflix or somewhere else?
I watched it on Netflix because you had recommended.
Did you go
The
back
Crown.
to S2? S2E1?
No, it makes me so sad. And
Why does everything make you so
hadn't-
sad, Alex? We should talk about that someday. How could it make you sad? Watching The Crown makes you sad?
See, yes, it's, especially this season
Because
where,
she's aged since the first stamp?
Oh God, I don't. Let's not talk about how this
What is
season.
wrong with you? How
No.
could you possibly be this upset about Olivia Colman?
I'm not upset about Olivia Colman. I loved that episode. I thought you were talking about the episode of where the coal miners are, the coal mine.
Aberfan.
But
That's
there's
an incredible episode.
Yeah,
Well, no,
but it
I
makes
mean,
me
like,
sad.
let's not mince words. It is publicly, privately, it is known. It is the best episode of The Crown. It is the most critically, highly regarded episode of The Crown. It's not. I don't know if it's my favorite. I would be okay with overhearing someone say that's the best episode of The Crown. Like, well, I mean, well,
Oh, I don't disagree.
yeah, no, I mean, it's very well done. And given that it starts out with about 10 minutes of absolutely nothing having to do with everything else in the show, the way that it then pivots into the central issue of the show is staggering. What does it mean to be the monarch of a dying empire? Mm-hmm. And how do you... It's not even as simple. If it were Americans doing it, we'd say, well, how do you find your personality and like your ethics and how do you apply all of that to being the queen? It's a crazy thing, but it's not. It's English. And so the theme is much more like, yeah, actually, we're not really that worried about how it affects the family. Like, oh, hey, my urgent test reminder worked. Have you tried it yet? Have you tried urgent test reminder? Urgent reminders?
No, what is?
Oh, it's a new
urgent
feature.
test-
It's a new feature where you can make it blast through for a reminder.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
That was with D&D on. But part of the show is very, I mean, it's a lot like The Sopranos in a very important way. Because we were pitching my kid on maybe jumping into The Sopranos because we were really enjoying some similar stuff. We were watching Brotherhood, which is a very The Wire and Sopranos-esque show about mobsters in Providence, where my wife's from. And it really made me kind of think, oh man, you should give The Sopranos another try from the beginning. And what's the theme of The Sopranos? Well, the secondary theme of The Sopranos, which was the initial pitch, the log line for the show when it came out was there's this, the mafia and how they're like mobsters. Well, the guy who's the head of this family in New Jersey, he starts going to a therapist because he's having mental and emotional issues. That was the pitch of the show. But yeah, that's the hook. But that just all that does really, or what that's a MacGuffin for getting into this much deeper issue that comes up in the very first episode when he's meeting with Dr. Melfi. It is the end of an era. Like, how many of the stories we love are about people who are there for the beginning of the end or the middle of the end? And Tony Soprano, like, he's not living in the world of 60s and 70s Jersey where things were really, really quite different, and you could trust, and you really did have omerta. You could trust people not to rat and all that kind of stuff, right? Ditto with so that's what the show's about. I mean, the hook is Tony Soprano is crying because there's no ducks in his pool. That's a fascinating log line, but it doesn't get you this deeper issue. Why is he crying about there not being ducks in his pool anymore? Why is this killer crying and going to a therapist? Well, is it because, his kids are getting older? Is it because, well, it's because of everything. It's because of Olivia. It's because of Uncle Junior. It's because of all of that. It's because everybody's getting old, including the system that was created before I could ever get involved with it. So he has to be there for the absolute utter decline of the mafia that his predecessors knew. And I think you could make a case really for that being true for every queen, but like with the abdication, which gets fucking complicated in The Crown. When you learn about the Nazi ties, woof.
Oh,
you got the abdication,
God.
which leads to her poor father, who was never, what's his name, Newsy Joe?
Newsy
Jr.? We call him Newsy Ricardo? Newsy Beaumont?
Madman Newsy.
Aninus?
He have an actual nickname from his stuttering?
I never saw that movie.
They all have weird who names their
I found another one. I found another really good name from The Crown. We talked about this last week. Was that on the after show? We talked about, like Bobbity Salisbury.
We talked about a list of good names.
Like good real names. I found another one from The Crown. I can't believe I missed before. Good. It's my birthday. I'm allowed to do this.
Exactly.
Good real names. Are you ready for this? From The Crown. These are all names of actual people as heard on The Crown. Bobbity Salisbury, Porchy Porchester, Dazzle Jennings.
No Dazzle.
and grab whatever you've got near you, because get ready for Fruity Metcalf, which might be one of the greatest names of all time.
Best name.
Isn't that the name of the guy in Blade Runner? Who's the guy in Blade Runner? Fruity.
Oh,
wait, who's the guy in Blade Runner? Fruity. Wait, if that's the same name, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. Blade Runner.
Very funny.
Fruity, is it Fruity Metcalf? Well, do you remember the guy at the bar? When he goes to the bar? If his name's Fruity Metcalf, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'll find it for notes. Anyway, it's nice to be able to riff and dance with people like you and I do. But the Queen is there. So there's the abdication, which did not go great. Then you've got her dad coming in there. And as we all know from Kung Fu movies, once you bleed from the mouth, it's pretty much over. God, all the ways they avoid talking about cancer in a previous time. It's so odd. What do they call it? We've discovered is it like not a malformation, but we've discovered not an anomaly, but the word they used for tumor back then was
I'm
really,
trying to think.
yeah, it was like
There's
we found
another one along with anomaly, and it's
but
they
didn't say you've got King, you've got cancer, and we're going to have to take out half of one of your lungs. Now, the cool thing about a lung, unlike a lot of other parts, is that a lung can do with like not being its whole thing, and it doesn't lose its basic, I guess there's several body parts like that. I wouldn't experiment. I wouldn't experiment with it too much.
Coward. All right. But it's
That's
your
true.
birthday.
That's a good point. I've never even given bone marrow. Never done it. Never gave it.
Oh,
Never done it.
Must be nice.
Gave blood. Gave blood. And and then she at the age of something. Alex Horn has a song about it. Did you ever see when he has to sing the song about the history of British aristocracy to the tune of Three Blind Mice?
No. Wait, on Taskmaster, he sings
Is it
a
Three Blind
song.
Mice? No, it's what's he has to sing it like there was a girl named Elizabeth became queen at the age of like 20 or 21. She becomes queen, and she really is there without respect to whatever her role in anything has been in her preceding 20 years. It really is the end of an empire. A lot is happening where what had been part of the Commonwealth was going away. And some of it was going away very fast. And some of it was going away in ways that were very costly. Like, you all seen Andor. Like, you understand how it works. You strip mine the planet. That's what you do. And they did that to a lot of places, and she's got to be there for all of that. What did this have to do with audio descriptions?
That so much of what you have said is completely lost if you're not watching the show. You don't know
With your eyes.
Yes. If you can't
as opposed
see,
to like, this is what we're watching right now.
right,
Paying
there's
attention.
a
Watching in the sense of paying
scene-
attention.
Yeah, there's a scene in the 5th season. I think it's where I don't remember
That's the
his
Vicky
name.
season, right?
Dodie's father, the
Momo.
billionaire,
Momo.
the Arab. Yes, Momo.
You must call me Momo.
It's a joke.
God, I love that. I love that episode so much. Where they're sitting at the horse thing together.
Yeah,
Dodie. Squash.
Oh,
remember? She says to William, "Give me a squash." That's her word for hug. Isn't that sweet?
was it squash?
I don't know.
I don't remember. That is a wonderful word for hug.
Well, because it's
give me a squash.
okay. Now here, this is okay. So, and thank you so much for asking me about my brain. It's the best birthday gift anybody could give me. Here's one that happens in the house where virality is fucking real. Since Madeline and I have been together, Madeline and I, less now because she's grown up, but like we have so many catchphrases in our house. Curious George, The Godfather, just things we've seen on TV. This Alec Murdoch show we just watched. My wife and son, they've been shot badly. Madeline just says that all the time. His fake 911 call. Have you ever heard the actual audio of it? They've been shot badly. We love catchphrases. And a catchphrase for me.
Wait. Does Patty say that in the show then? Is she the wife that says
Patty Duke? Patty Arquette. No. Patio furniture. It's an Irish friend of mine. And No, it's after he shot Pawpaw and what's her name? Carol, David, Louise, Hickory Farm, whatever her name is, the woman, Pat. Mm-hmm. Pat and Pawpaw have both been shot badly. And he calls 911. And that audio is, I think, the audio of Alec Murdoch. How do you, as Brittany Snow says, how do you get Alec Murdoch from that? But in the wonderful documentary on Netflix, I think the entire thing, the cold open, is shots of the scene by the kennels and audio of his 911 call where he says his family was shot badly.
It's a
But I heard Emma Corrin.
interesting scene.
Emma Corrin, one of the things that made me fall in love with her as Lady Diana, Princess Diana, was the way she says, she and her sister both say this. Gosh.
It goes down.
Gosh.
Give me a squish.
Can we watch just the Emma Corrin part later on? Can me and you watch just the Emma and Josh part of that Graham Norton thing?
Of course, it's
Okay.
your birthday. Also, Graham Norton is very funny. I just have not
He
seen
is
many
funny.
compilations.
He and when Elton John is on, it's so fucking funny. Because Elton John, who's already pretty gay, drops into some fucking basics 60s boys in the band style Polari with Graham and refers to him with feminine pronouns and the whole nine, the whole like English queen thing. It's so fucking funny. And so squash and gosh.
Squash.
No, but do you see my point? They both gosh, squash. They're both the kind of thing that feels good to say, and then you hear it in your head. And in my case, I start saying it before I've even like fully processed the thought. I can't control it.
It's
I'd like
a
to give you a
mind
squash,
running in a mind
birthday
motion.
squash.
Give me a squash.
Squash and Spanx. Remember that song from Mary Poppins? Remember that?
Oh,
Squash and Spanx.
No,
Huffy
that's just
Pop.
when they fly.
Let's go fly a kite. That is the most 3/4 song of all time.
That's true. I will
Bum, 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 bum. Can you
It's
tell the
just-
difference between 3/4 and 6/8?
rarely, but that's
I
what
cannot.
like if someone
I cannot.
were to say
I think it
3/4,
reduces.
it'd be like, that
6/8
song.
reduces to 3/4.
Wait,
I am a Berliner.
I'm not gonna dig.
I am a Viennese waltz.
I don't know why you're a robotic JFK. It's your
Now, I picked
birthday.
that up from Conan, where sometimes when
Oi.
Conan's doing one of his terrible ad reads, Conan, who is very susceptible to this exact same problem, he'll be
Yep.
reading a thing for Verizon, and da-da-da, when you go on, and the best coverage you can get, that you when you are on the road, and he starts talking like JFK. It's really funny. Now, I got to
don't
tell you, the
think I'll
guy
be
from
able
6
to
Feet
find
Under,
this.
I think the guy from 6 Feet Under was not that good as JFK, if I'm being honest. I thought the lady who played Jackie was really good.
Jackie was good.
That was a good
and
episode.
They pet the dogs together. I
And they
love whenever
switch.
there's a
Remember how it
corgi on
switches. It
screen.
switches because they're both envious of the other, and like what they have. And then
Okay,
they have like a gift of the
where
Magi.
Yes, here's where.
Sorry,
we should,
this is when
I
this
think-
is when JFK and Jacqueline Kennedy come to England and visit with the Queen, and then Jacqueline is quoted, and because it turns out she's hopped up on goofballs at a party, she said some very kind of unkind things about the Queen, and then the Queen calls her in, but Jackie does the best like full Harmon apology, and it's really nice.
Did you watch that with voice? No, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
not voiceover, voice description.
Yes.
Okay,
Audio
So,
description. Yeah.
Audio description. Genuinely correct. I think
No, I
this
know
is
because
important,
the reason you're doing that, I think, is because you were recommending, which I still haven't done, trying voiceover, which I haven't tried again lately.
Yeah, and there, I mix it up, and
That's okay.
it is actually different. And no, it should be because I hadn't heard the term until
Audio description.
probably until Daredevil. Like I knew that was a thing, and probably thought like,
But even if you knew
audio-
about it, I would never think to turn that on.
right? And I didn't know that it was accessible just right there, which it wasn't always.
Correct.
The way
it's
that
usually
you would
it's usually
have
one
to
of the things you
go-
hide in settings, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And you
Where
know,
it
you had
treats
to
you like
dig for subtitles.
this enfeebled person who always has to use the TV this way because they're enfeebled.
Oh, well, and then on top of that, if the
Did you realize I was being sarcastic? Was it clear I was being sarcastic when I said
Yes,
that?
it was. Well,
I
it
think
was
it's,
clear.
in this day and age, it takes a supreme lack of self knowledge to talk about other people's handicaps. Like it's, and again, handicap, a word we used to use. They use that on the Americans, so you can tell it's the '80s. What we now call a disability or a fun opportunity or whatever it's called. My IBS is so bad, and I have these tubes, so I shit myself, and it comes out in 5 different places. But it's a fun opportunity for me.
You're handy capable with that one.
I
Oh
see,
boy.
I see. Yeah, okay.
The
That's funny. It's a
well,
little bit of a cliche, but that's fine. As far as I'm
it was
concerned, all
an
you new
escape-
waivers are in purgatory.
Oh, hey everybody!
Hey, everybody.
Isn't
Isn't that cool? Does that feel good? That's a nice soft reset, isn't it?
No, it doesn't feel good. It feels
What? What the fuck is wrong with you, Alex?
Because-
how can I
because
help you?
I can't
Why do you
pull
have to
it
be
off.
like this? Why
It
can't you be
doesn't
happy?
feel good. I am happy.
No, you're
I'm-
not.
oh. No, hey everybody.
Go.
What was? I think this is the right term of irony. It would be just incredibly ironic that it was so difficult to get to the accessibility settings.
Yeah. That is very funny. Yeah, with the Apple remote.
Yeah, I'm like,
Have fun.
I can't.
Here you
what,
go. It's like watching a raven try to get a cube of cheese out of a trap.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
I can use special tools for this in order to get to the quote accessibility settings.
And it made me just again appreciate iOS and Mac OS. I tried the voice over UI Mac OS. It was just so much easier than a fucking like a TV.
I don't like all the applications being in the
appliance.
apps area. I understand why they did it, but it's kind of lame.
The what in the sorry,
Some of the
in the
settings
app
changes
area?
are frustrating. I don't want to talk about computers. Sorry. Yeah, it is ironical. But the point I think Alex, I hope, is making is that in the same way, and it varies, unfortunately, by app, almost every app does it differently, but in the same way that you could turn on subtitles, like you can go in and you can turn on subtitles. Usually it's like a little cartoon balloon with lines or something like that. And that turns on subtitles, right? In subtitles, you also have the option of like, would you like, if we have them, would you like to have subtitles in Mexican Spanish? Would you like to have subtitles in Aramaic? You know, if you're in Nazareth. You know, the nice thing about NordVPN and ExpressVPN is that once it's installed, you can watch Aramaic Doctor Who.
Oh man, signing up right now. 2-week free trial. It's gonna be great. The more
Anyway,
shows
please remember to like and subscribe. Hey, everybody.
More
It really helps the show. Gosh. There's just the tiniest bit of an R. Just a little bit of gosh.
Gosh. I watched the first episode of season 5. Yes, season 5 of The Crown, which is not a good episode because
Wait, hang on, let me see if I can do it. Let me see if I can do it. It's the first Debicki, right? 1, 2,
yes.
3, 4, 5.
Wait.
It's the first Debicki, and it very super opens. The cold open is in Paris with the guy walking his dog.
I don't know.
Isn't the super cold open the night of the accident, and then it cuts to, because remember the guy who uses his phone to call the police when the limo crashes?
Yeah,
And then that comes back later in the actual third to the last episode. How does it begin after? How do you remember it beginning?
It begins just, I believe, as.
I could be talking about 6. It might be 6. I'm thinking.
You
of.
are. Yeah,
I'm
she
almost
dies
definitely
in
thinking about 6. Yeah,
because yes, no, I know that is season
5
6,
is the
but I
eating
haven't seen
disorder
yet.
season.
Yeah, yes, but it opens with the Queen Victoria syndrome thing where
yes!
Charles talks about.
And what was in the news at the time? Remind me.
Oh,
Like, what was the story that was making that? Oh, fuck me. I can tell you what it is. Fixing the yacht. It's the Fix the Yacht season, right?
yeah. And
Holy
that's
shit,
what I
that's
think it
right.
opens
The Britannia. And it's the most heavy-handed metaphor you could possibly have.
Thank you.
And yet it
Yes,
completely
that's-
works.
But they've done it like 3 times before.
The worst part is in the last episode of that season, they address it directly. They, you know, Bob it to say, as you know, I became queen at this very young age, and one of the things I did was got a boat called Britannia. That's nice. Mm-hmm. My husband used it to go to Antarctica and fool around on my. Remember that? Do you remember when the doctor goes and grows the beard?
Yeah, yes. They remind
Did you ever read that story when you were a kid? The doctor grows a beard. Did you ever read that? It's about the guy who sells caps. Maybe I'm thinking of that other one, Capping Your Ass.
But it's
about working in an
it's a
emergency
shame
room.
that season 6 opens with one of the worst episodes of The Crown because I think there are some really great ones. It's just so heavy-handed. It's
I'm not very daft. I'm going to pour some more coffee, but I'm listening.
The whole show is about that. We know. We don't need to see like, oh gosh, you have to repair it. Oh god. But oh gosh. But it's difficult to watch. God, I don't even know how to say watch with your eyeballs and like just like, all right, see the metaphorical transitions of in the Moo Moo episode where the king
he's a piece of shit in real life, right?
He's a billionaire monster, right?
Pump the brakes.
Notoriously a rapist.
20%. Okay, 20% off.
Sorry.
I mean, are you because it kind of sounds like you're yelling what everybody knows about him rather than identifying that you actually have insight into how different he was in real life. Have you that insight with specificity?
I immediately
he was a piece
when
of
there is
shit.
Yes.
He comes
and
off very cool. Remember how he is with Sydney? Do you remember that episode? That sweet episode? I think that's one of the best episodes of the show. I'll say that too.
I agree.
The one about Sydney is so fucking good.
It's
I wonder
really
if other
weird
people
to
like this
watch.
show as much as us. I don't hear people talk about this show, and I feel, I mean, like, you know, the thing where like people will be like, oh, like it's COVID, so we're rewatching. What was the example I just heard? Oh, Andy Griffith Show, or like I'm finally going to watch Maude all the way through, or what, like whatever. Do you think people rewatch The Crown as much as I do, or you do?
No,
It's the thing is the show's awfully good. It's HBO quality. It's restaurant quality.
I agree, but it peters. I think a
Well,
little
I just
bit.
don't like the last. Excluding the last season, I love it all. You think 6 peters?
Very. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I just finished season 5 and was pleasantly surprised. Watched the whole thing. With,
It's one of 2 opportunities to see Elizabeth Debicki, who is on my heights list, in a bathing suit jumping off a boat. There's 2 different movies where
many
that happens.
times.
Yeah, but remember she does in that movie too. No spoilers.
The woman who does the voiceover.
Remember a woman jumps off of Kenneth Branagh's boat?
No.
In Tenet? That's Tenet.
Yes, but wait, that's Elizabeth Debicki in Tenet?
At the beginning, we don't know that that's Debicki, but yeah, and then at the end we see it's absolutely Debicki.
Well,
no, because
I literally didn't know she was in that movie
she's in the film
until now. Yeah,
oh, fuck me. Have you ever seen The Night Manager?
She looks so much like.
Have you seen The Night Manager?
It's on my list now.
So you haven't seen The Night Manager yet? Yes.
No.
Oh,
no, I
episode
hadn't
1
seen...
of. If I didn't already have the best challenge we've ever had this week, I am going to write down The Night Manager. Sometimes behaves so strangely.
Oh no.
Debicki's great, and you know she's also good in The Great
she's-
Gatsby. She has dark hair, so you probably didn't recognize her.
The only reason I know she's in The Great Gatsby is because for a brief moment, I'm like, she's in The Great Gatsby.
My son owns
in
the
the crowd.
DVD with the 3D reticulator, or whatever it's called, cover.
Oh,
Lenticular. Is this your first time dining in Lenticular?
Lenticular.
Hi, I'm Leonard You know the sex guy? You know the sex guy from The Limited and Victoria's Secret? The Epstein guy? What's his name? We covered this. Do you know what his name is? His name is Lester Wexner. His name's Lester Wexner, but everybody calls him Les Wexner. Isn't that a terrible mouthfeel? Isn't that a difficult mouthfeel?
Lester Wexner.
Lester Wexner.
Him, probably. That's
The joke Dr. Johnny Fever would make in talking about the newscaster on WKRP. There's 2 versions of the joke. I think the version of the joke on the show was WKRP, more news and less Nessman. But then if you buy a T-shirt of that on Redbubble, it'll say more rock, less Nessman. As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. You ever seen the Thanksgiving episode of WKRP?
No.
They have a turkey giveaway. They're going to give away turkeys by throwing turkeys out of a helicopter. They didn't realize turkeys can't fly. And then Les at the end, he's standing there with the microphone, man on the street. It's one of the great scenes of the late 1970s. And he says, God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly.
Yes, and
what did you think of what did you think? Well, I have my opinion on this, and I have my kid's opinion, which is as usual, and I did ask his permission. He wouldn't give me a ton of detail on this, but we were watching The Crown, and I had audio description on. And in a sweet way, after like 10 minutes, he just turns to me and goes, could you turn this off? I'm like, yes, of course. I said, just FYI, it's for the challenge this week. And then later on, I was like, and if I could ask, is it okay if I talk about you not liking it? And could you give me just a rough idea of why? And my kid and I, we're at a place now where like we've had this accord with each other where it's been really good for our relationship, where we just simply do not do passive aggression, like at all, right? So
that's very good. Yes.
Well, here's the phrase, and this could be the title probably. Hey, could you turn this off? And then, or I might say, will you be here for dinner tonight? And you know what I say after that? Pure information.
Oh, I like that.
Well, think about it for a second. 20% off. Mm-hmm. Pure information. Mm-hmm. So like, and it's something you and I, well, especially you, suffer from, is the like, well, first of all, like if you ask somebody a yes or no question, the correct answer to a yes or no question is either yes, no, or I'm not going to answer that. The answer is not to have an implied yes or no that then allows you to go off in another direction. If you did that in court, they'd tell you to stop talking. At least your lawyer would if they had any sense, especially if your wife was shot badly. But more news and less Wexner. What was my point?
You weren't doing passive
why he doesn't like it. And here he said the greatest thing. Doesn't that make you feel good though that I said that? Like as our relationship evolves and I have the very good fortune of having an 18-year-old person in my house for a little bit longer. Isn't it nice? Pure information.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll use that? Like you gave me, what did you call it? No info dumps? What's that? What is your what do you call your practice?
Sometimes when Matt or I come home, we decide in advance no info dumps because
no info dumps. That's the phrase.
Yeah,
but like, isn't that kind of a standing policy?
Yeah. And when we
Alex, what's an info dump?
When you come home, I don't know how to describe it. Other than you give all of the information.
Take a cut.
You just start like, hey, this is what happened at work today. Also, this is a time that we are meeting someone for dinner.
Oh my God. Oh my God, this is stressing me out already.
Yeah.
I hate it so much. How about this? Hey, here's a good rule. Never enter complaining. I'm just saying, I'm tossing it out there. Pure information. No info dumps. I think I kind of have gotten at this a little bit in the document, although I might add a little more now that I think about it. Never enter complaining.
Mm-hmm.
So you come in, maybe you slam the door, you go, Jesus fucking Christ, we got to fix that door. Blah, blah, blah. I can't hear you. I'm in the other room. And then people in your world might, for example, just start reciting and mentioning things that obviously imply your involvement on a date certain in the future.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Did you see the what in the right? One of those, because it's like a bad email where you got to go down to the second to last paragraph to find out if you're supposed to do anything about it. Like one part of info dump, I think is often either like just negativity, but like especially complaining. Another part of info dump, the huge part is, and it could be a sweet info dump, but if you know your partner is very tired, like let's say one comes home and like you've been out working and you're excited, maybe you're job hunting or something like that, or you saw something weird on the subway, you know? But the other person has been like paying attention to people and things all day. And you come in and like the main thing is don't ask a huge amount of attention from somebody when you arrive home, kind of.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Or no, it's not even that you're asking for it. Don't steal the attention of somebody. Like I would say until you've read the room, but like just don't do it in general. But like, in my case, Jesus Christ, if you're telling me anything,
reading the room,
never give me information unless I'm in front of a calendar, or everything you tell me is useless. I have trained at much pain, and this has become something I'm learning to love in myself instead of despise. Is how hard I've worked to get to being the piece of shit that I am with people. Do you know how hard it was to demand that people respect my time and attention? And why don't you? Mm-hmm. Do you know how hard that was for me? To get to where I could have the temerity to say that you're not allowed to control how I see the world, what I think about it, and then how long I should be involved in that enterprise. If that makes me difficult, put me in a goddamn museum. And so like I try so hard not to do that. I try so hard not to do info dumps. I try so hard to read the room. And in my case, this is just purely practical, which is I'm going to drop every fucking bit. And this is not just my wife. Like this is the world or my kid. This is like the world. You know, I need to be in front of a calendar if I'm talking about anything involving time. How you feel about that is not my concern. It's not my fault and it's not even my problem. If you want to talk to me about time, I need to be on ideally a Mac with my calendar program open. I have absolutely nothing to offer about time unless I'm looking at a calendar. And if you're different from that and you can pull it off, really ask around. Really ask how well you're doing with not being a calendar person. But info dump can also it can be just the grabbing of attention. It can be the taking over of the space. Like, oh, I just been sitting here like I was about to go pet the cat and like listen to a song. And then you came in here and started like, yelling about your job search or whatever. No info dumps, pure information. Are we writing all this down? There's a book in here somewhere. Pure information.
Sometimes behave so strangely. Pure
Sometimes behave
information.
so strangely.
Pure information.
Pure energy.
Pure information.
Pure energy.
What did he say about it?
He said the best thing. I'm already watching the show. And I always thought about it for a minute because my kid doesn't say a lot of stupid shit. See now, and so if any of you loved me and got to know me, you'd realize that most of the things I say that sound like stupid shit are not actually as stupid as they first sound. And that's not as stupid as it first sound. I'm already watching the show. Okay, let's take 20% off there. Write that down. 20% off. That's going in the book. Did you know we're writing a book?
Oh.
I forgot to tell you, that's another challenge. Kieran Healy, who I really want to have on Rec Diffs, gave me an idea for a challenge. Book design. We'll talk about it in the after show. Hey, everybody. You can support the program and listen to more of this by going to giveusyourfuckingmoney.com. And it's my birthday, so I'm going to ask you for money. If you give us $5 a month, it would make me really happy. He said, I'm already watching the show. Which, to a dumb guy, sounds like a dumb thing to say. But I'm not a dumb guy, and neither is my kid. And so what does it mean when my kid says I'm already watching the show? Well, implied in that, I think, is that he does not need the audio description for accessibility reasons. Right? Let's just get that one off the table. But he also doesn't need the audio description for what's happening in the show or to enhance that. And why doesn't he need it? It's because he's already watching the show. And I instantly got it. It's not for him, is ultimately the answer. The ultimate answer is like he's totally fine with subtitles. Thank God. All three of us like and benefit from subtitles. Brady's Bits, the only time I almost always turn off subtitles is for certain kinds of anything live. I will not watch anything live with subtitles on. Because if you wanted to put me in like the Bane jail where you break my back and then put me in a cage, just make me watch anything where the subtitles are wrong and a little behind. Rise. Rise.
That's an underrated Batman. The reason that he doesn't...
First, you must try to understand what's happening in this film. Then I will let you die.
Max does that the best, doesn't he?
Because of the shape of his hands.
His is more like a hoot owl. Like, ooh.
The
subtitles are off, but he's because he's already watching the show, and I think obviously the big takeaway, as they say, is that it's just he doesn't like it. It's not for him. Whereas which makes sense. Oh, subtitles. I turn off subtitles for anything live, and I turn off subtitles eventually, sometimes immediately, for almost any. This is a compound argument, Your Honor, but fast-paced, word-centric comedy. Like, for example, if you were going to watch Duck... that's a perfect example, but you know what else is good is Duck Soup. Like, I don't want to be reading what Chico is saying while I'm listening to what Chico is saying. It really throws off the whole aesthetic. I think you should leave... turn off. But everything else I love subtitles on.
I think you give just the main reason people turn subtitles off is I don't know. I know subtitles are controversial for some people, and I don't want to make anyone feel bad. It's Thanksgiving. Hi, everybody. I'm thankful for you.
Why would that? I'm sorry. Just really quickly, why are people upset about subtitles?
Well,
no, just give me an example of what you're talking about.
They think it ruins the pacing.
So turn off subtitles because it gets... Okay, well then the thing is, though, that's a totally cromulent opinion. You just turn off subtitles. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make it bad.
I know. Yes, you put it perfectly, and that's all I am going to say.
There's a phrase I started saying a lot to people that's, I think, a little upsetting. The phrase is, and that's why we have different people.
And that's why there's
You know?
different people and different people
Some
writing
people get very emotional in a very
audio
shallow way about
descriptions.
almost everything.
Did any of
I'm
the
not mad
audio
about it. I'm
descriptions?
mainly disappointed.
Did any of the Crown audio descriptions disappoint you? Because
No, not at
I
all.
found-
The whole reason for this challenge, and it ended up continuing to be true, is that I was really, I mean, maybe it's just me, but you know how we are, like me and you, and like how you watch stuff, and like if you have any sense, you think about how it got made. I mean, there's numerous examples about this, documentaries, Taskmaster. You can't, me and you, right? We kind of can't help but go like, like that shot I always mention from The Leftovers, where the doctor, the ninth, where the doctor, where Christopher Eccleston climbs on the like taco truck, and you see all the hundreds of people moving from one side of the screen to the other, or this like we talked about that scene in, or no, me and Syracuse, sorry, talking about just one wonderful shot in Pluribus, where it's this overhead shot inside of an emergency room, and she's running through there, and there's all these people on the ground, like doing slightly different things. And I'm saying to my stupid fucking family, do you realize how difficult that shot was to set up? Or put another way, like how hard it would be to reset that shot if somebody scratched their nose. All it takes is one person out of these like 40 people to twitch wrong. And like this incredibly staged, like you to reset that probably took, I don't even know. It's probably not like OK Go levels of resetting, but like there's probably a fair amount of resetting to get all that stuff back to where it needs to be. And so because I'm like that, I don't know why, I forget why I turned it on. I don't remember why, but I was instantly struck by, here's a weird thing to get out of the way. It's written and performed by the same person.
Wait.
I thought it was Sue Perkins. And
Where-
that's why I ended up going and trying to look it up. Victoria Wick, I think her name is.
Written and performed by the same
Person.
person. Is
When's the last time? I mean, that's
in
a
the
very Bob
style
Dylan way to do
guide?
television in 2025.
Wow.
Yeah, but she's got a wonderful voice. And again, if you need to wonder who this person sounds like, I hope I could be forgiven for thinking, Jesus, that sounds a little bit like Sue Perkins. And
Yes.
but I was instantly struck. But getting to the more salient part in some ways was the writing. I thought the writing was in The Crown anyway, it was so deft and so careful, but also in a way that I'm going to go into Alex mode for a minute here. In a way that I'm sure is frustrating to some people. It adds so much to what you're watching on screen. And if you're like me, like I would love to know whose car that is. I would love to know the make of car that is. If that's Vanessa Kirby's purple Rolls Royce, I would like you to say so. Mm-hmm. And if you can identify when they go in, right? Oh my God, poor Anton Lesser. When they've got to go the very first coal mining before it's a strike, but when they had it's Harold Wilson, where it doesn't go well, where all of his guys are on one side of the table and all the coal guys are on the other, and he throws the lump of coal at him and like tries to big time him or small time him about like how posh he is. He has to smoke a pipe. He's not even allowed to smoke a cigar because he has to look, like a people's person. And in that scene, as I described last week, they tell you everyone who's sitting at the table. And that sure as shit ain't in the script and what's on screen. And I can completely get all of them. I not only say I understand, I grok, I sympathize with. You might not want this on for anything ever, which is fine. You might only want this on for certain kinds of things. You might only want this on for what my friend John Syracuse calls an iPad show. Like if it's something where you're kind of doing dishes while you're watching it, audio description, like you can't make me mad about your feelings about this. I said to the world and no one in particular. Like it's all fine, but what I feel like it would be careless to overlook is how much effort people put into some of these that actually add an extra dimension or information or context to the story that you otherwise wouldn't have. Mm-hmm. What did you think? What did you think about it? Did you have strong feelings? Was it distracting? How'd you feel about it?
It was less distracting than I thought it would be until I started thinking about how it was written, and some of the adjectives that kept being used for facial expressions. And
The Claire Danes show, that new Claire Danes show with Matthew Reese. I've never heard the verb wince used as much. Aggie's eyebrow winces. Aggie's chin winces. She's constantly, because Claire Danes, she's one of the great criers.
good. There's some good wince.
She's like a
wince.
Margaret Qualley or Laura Dern level crier.
Really?
Who's the best crier?
I guess I haven't seen her cry.
Which
that
chicks
often.
cry? Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite crier?
I don't know. I don't.
You ever seen
I don't
Margaret
know.
Qualley cry?
Only in The Leftovers.
Oh, she cries in
doesn't-
everything. You know she cries in Maid. She doesn't cry in the Tiny Moves video, which is the greatest music video of all time.
It is.
It is the best video ever. I wish I could move like that just for a little while.
Being like have a Bob Fosse body for
Fosse body.
just a
Hi.
Fosse body.
Is this your first time dining at JD Fosse Buddies? It's my birthday. Do you like me?
Yeah, I love you.
No, but do you like me?
I like and love you. Yes,
I like you too, Alex. This is fun to do. I think I'm dying.
I think
I'm
we
always
all are.
spreading mustard, mustard, mayonnaise, and time.
I
Vonnie's
kept wondering.
Mustard, mustard, mayonnaise. You ever seen that? You ever seen that? You ever seen that?
No, what's that? What? What?
I'm always spreading. Sometimes I think I spread my life too thin. There's a bit.
Is this a commercial?
There's
Is
a
it
bit
a
on
sketch?
Mr. Show
What is?
where
Oh.
you see a commercial come up, and the commercial is for, I think it's called Mustard. And it goes, aren't you sick of the 2-jar? And they do a parody of the Apple, throwing the hammer commercial. Are you sick of the tyranny of the 2-jar? If you got to be sick of putting mustard and mayonnaise on your sandwiches. So try Mustard. And it's got stripes of mustard and mayonnaise in it. And then there's another commercial for a competing brand called Mustard Mayonnaise. The final one is one of those very touching, sometimes I think I spread my life too thin. And you see a very young Bob Odenkirk making sandwiches. And his little tiny daughter comes in. And then we see a slightly older Bob Odenkirk making sandwiches. Like, Daddy, come to my school play. And he goes, I can't, honey. Got to make these sandwiches. And he keeps going, Daddy, I'm graduating. And he just shrugs. And then an 80-year-old woman walks in and goes, Daddy, I'm dying. I'm always spreading mustard, mayonnaise, and time. It's perfect comedy. And we'll watch that. So we're going to watch that later. We're going to watch Mustard. And what's the other one I wrote down? The Night Manager.
The Olivia
Olivia Colman. Yeah, The Crown.
Graham Norton.
Do we watch that before or after the break?
The before. Oh no, after.
We're not nearly done with this
I don't know.
episode yet. Don't worry.
Oh, I know.
Night Manager, that's on the list. Sometimes behave so strangely. I wrote this one. Hang on, this is weird. I wrote this several times. Let me see here. Sometimes behave so strangely. Sometimes behave so strangely. Sometimes. Hey everybody, pure information. 20% off. We're writing a book. Kieran. Maybe I'm obsessed with Kieran. Maybe I'm gay bones for Kieran. He's really funny. He's funny. He does more politics than I'd like, but so does everybody. Mia Stirred commercial. He's not even
Everyone
from here.
needs
I heard they won't let him go home.
28% off.
There's this new bit I'm trying to do. I really want to have him on Rectus. And what's funny is Syracuse is indifferent about it. It's odd. I think I learned about Kieran from him, but I want to have him on the show for a whole bunch of reasons. But the incorrect thing I'm trying to spread about him is that for reasons certainly nefarious and clearly at this point unknown, he's not allowed back in Ireland.
Huh.
So,
And-
but the bit will evidence itself as, he seems like he's doing really well. I don't think he's allowed to go back. I don't think is he allowed to go back? I heard he's not allowed back. He's over here coding in R. Doing standard deviations and shit. He knows all about water and rats.
It really is your birthday. Look at the filter and the synapses.
Give me the
go.
number of minutes as a whole number that you would like me to act normal.
Why do you think any of that is a criticism or a to what? To
let's see. Oh, my urgent. Oh, look at this. I'm gonna screen grab this. Look at this shit. Holy shit, dude. Oh my God. You haven't seen this yet. I just saw this today. Look at what's on my lock screen. This is so fucking cool. I'm really glad they've added this. I will use this so much. Well, like, remember when reminders first came out and you could say, always remind me twice? Mm-hmm. And like, I eventually turned it off because I thought, well, if I'm going to avoid it once, I'll probably avoid it twice. It's like snoozing where it's not really actually that useful in the long run. But look at that. Look at how big that's not an accessibility change. The size of that type. That's normal size type. So basically now you can have a reminder. You tick a box, you tick a radio button for urgent, and it'll bust through.
I'm trying to find this. Maybe I just haven't updated yet. But the only thing that... Oh, wow.
What was I looking for on my phone? Why am I here?
This feels like it could
Master mustard
fuck
mayonnaise.
stuff up, and I am...
What was the other thing?
Oh,
Why am I on my phone?
Okay. You wanted... Didn't
Something I
the
took a
urgent
photo
bust
of?
bust through again? Or...
There's a picture of our ceiling. There's a woman on a computer. Fuck me. Wrote down Master. We're gonna... Oh, Kieran.
I no longer know which Kieran you're talking about.
Talking about Kieran Healy from the internet.
Oh, Kieran Healy
who's on our ad hoc board of directors. See, well, actually, John doesn't know about this either. But there's an ad hoc board of directors in my head for Rectifs, and Kieran's one.
Okay, all right. Who else?
Can't say. It's all in my head.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, I was going to set an alarm for 2 minutes. Okay, here we go.
What's
set a
happening in 2 minutes?
2-minute act normal alarm.
What?
Hey,
I reject this premise because what is acting normal?
You mean just between us or in a general sense?
Yes, in a general sense.
I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, people can...
I hate this. You always say I hate things. This is something I hate. I'm just going to talk for 2 minutes because I don't
What part of it do you hate, Alex?
I hate the idea of setting an arbitrary amount of time to act normal. The idea of saying I'm going to act normal for a certain.
So it's
God, I hate this.
The time
so
component
much.
and the.
I'm being.
Do you feel like that connects to any other things like traumas that you had in your life?
Hey everybody, I am fascinated by the way Netflix specifically handles the I've forgotten audio descriptions, because they have a publicly available style guide of how you're supposed to go about writing it almost.
Oh, can we drop the bit?
In the yes.
Man, isn't that I would not want to pretend to you that I've read this whole document. But I thought this. Yeah, so what Alex is saying, but it's not just like a light little style guide. It's closer to like it's a manual for like the Netflix. Yes, it's got the house styles. I'm going to turn off this. So anyway, so it's okay if I'm not normal because it's my birthday?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Of course.
Thanks, man. It's real. We'll put it, I hope we'll put it in notes. Unlike some people out there, I don't just blithely demand that other people do all the work for me. To say, for example, read the thousands of incredibly boring words about what Mark Gurman thinks about anything. Or saying things like, someone will put it in notes. Last night, we had a story about a dog being accused of shooting somebody with a shotgun. And you know what Syracuse said? He said to the audience, not even to me. I mean, he wasn't like, looking at them. But he said something like, I think he said something like, and the reason that I'm allowing this week, or the reason that I'm including this week, and I was actually like, you what? But out of noblesse oblige, you're going to let me have this topic? We have made a difference on that program. We've helped people understand there's so much lead in their body and nothing to be done about it. I talked to my wife for 8 minutes about it this morning, the lead problem, because we're doing some paint things, right? Naked swimming.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know about how bad this? I mean, you've certainly been aware that people have swummed naked in the past. Were you aware what a scourge
prevalent.
it was? I had no
There's
idea.
A Wikipedia article.
I know.
An offshoot from naked swimming. Naked swimming in
You know the phrase? You know the phrase John Syracuse?
In the United States.
When Sharon brought this to us, I think she said this in the toot. Here's the phrase that Syracuse and I are a little bit hung up: school policy. Mm-hmm. Oh, school policy. Another way you could phrase that. Hey. Welcome to Dingleberry High. We make children swim naked. Because it's school policy. But there's no other topic to which we have brought more light and heat, if I'm being honest, than the scourge of blaming the dog for things. Mm-hmm. I don't need his permission to include that. No. I'm just as God made me, sir.
Yeah. I mean, you might have to check with the board of directors.
Can you believe you blame a dog for that? Can you believe that?
Yes, I can't. Because of your show, I can't.
Thank you.
You have informed.
Do you feel like we've made a difference?
Yes.
Do you want to go back to being normal difference.
Now? You did.
But that document...
you did kind of expose...
It is a
systematic generational trauma that I had... You guys talked about basically systematic ingrained generation of trauma that I knew that, I knew a lot of Catholic schools did it.
Is that people who loved me hit me and I turned out fine.
Yeah.
The people I trusted hit me and I turned out fine. The people whose job it was to help me didn't help me and I turned out fine.
It was school policy.
Hey, Alex, what keeps the score? They're all chanting, body.
Hitting
clipboard, body.
That's body.
That's body.
Oh, I made it creepy. Ooh, goodness gracious.
There's so much information in here, and it's really well done. I only had a few highlights, but I didn't read the whole thing. But I would really commend people to look at this for a number of reasons, not least. It's like reading a good RFTC or something, or RFC. It's like reading a good internet document, where you're like, they've really thought this out. I think this is very well done. Did you like it? Did you like the guide?
Absolutely. Because I think I mentioned there's very few of these that are public facing, and the ones that they really go they have
and a dummy could read this and think it's all DEI shit, but it's about it's so much about clarity. And I think it's about clarity and about this could go in every guide as far as I'm concerned. Clarity, I'll write this down. Clarity, disambiguation, and avoiding the inclusion of things we prefer not to avoid, which sounds so general and so useless. But for example, racist jokes can be very funny, but racist jokes have to be so funny that they overcome the freight that comes along with saying something so hurtful to people. So you know what? We tend to want to avoid racist things, right? Because it hurts people's feelings and it's not really all that funny. But clarity, disambiguation, and avoiding the inclusion of things we prefer not. Our content is increasingly representative of the diversity of human experience. Sense 8. When considering whom to describe and in what detail, consider both the needs of the plot and the importance of representation. Description should be factual and prioritize an individual's visual attributes to address their most significant identity traits, et cetera, on and on and on and on. Do not single out a single character because of a specific trait. Describe everyone equally. And using a person-first approach, a swimmer with one leg instead of a one-legged swimmer. This is good advice. This is good writing advice, too.
Yes.
Anyways, and I'm recommending it because I think it's interesting. I think audio description is interesting, and I think this is well done. I think you could learning a lot from you can learn a lot from the ephemeral materials that no one knows how to find.
When you sent this to me, I did. I went back and did read all of it, but I did Command F mix because I had listened to other. Yeah, I'd heard.
Oh, how loud the AD should be in context. I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
Because so often
it's pretty quiet sometimes. It's very quiet sometimes.
Yes,
and I don't think, at least in my 5.1, it's not a separate setting. You can't I don't think it's something controllable.
No, and you can tell that other shows maybe this was done in the past, and the the decibel level wasn't set. There was no standard beforehand, But clicking around, there's a list of AD shows, and I love this. Dip original version mix, 6 to 12 decibite per mixer discretion. AD/VO audio should be clear and intelligible with the natural presence of OV dialogue underneath. So here's where it got distracting for me as someone, watching with eyeballs.
The experience of AD.
When it would get so loud that it would obscure other dialogue. And
did you notice that most? Did you watch anything just out of curiosity? Anything but The Crown?
Yeah, I watched
I watched one somewhere. I forget where, but I watched one of a comedy that I just flipped on, something on HBO probably, and it was not good. Partly because it was this dude, and the dude he had a little bit of he sits up from the chair and it was supposed to be kind of funny. It's oof.
It's clear, I think, too, that comedy is a lot harder to.
Can you imagine doing this? Shit, dog. I'm gonna do this it's my birthday, and birthdays should probably be kind of like the day of your daughter's wedding. I think in birthdays you're everybody gives me presents because I'm the birthday boy, but it should probably be more you come, you pay respects to the Godfather, and he gives you favors, So I should probably do things for others. No, I'm saying it would be a reverse birthday.
Back.
A reverse toilet. Reverse toilet. That's the other one we got to watch. Okay, reverse toilet. He invested $350. It was Christian Slater's idea to reverse toilet, which Richard Ayoade makes himself break down laughing, thinking means rather than sitting backwards on it, it makes all the stuff go back in. He's like, reverse toilet, not for me.
I still think that's just a bidet. I can't get past it's.
Well, what do you do by night?
What? I haven't seen the bit. You just say reverse toilet, and I'm like, bidet.
Funny.
Bidet.
Mustard mayonnaise, reverse toilet. There's something else I was going to write down. But let me ask you this. And this is a very needy, a very sweaty way for me to put this. But do you get or agree or get what I meant about there's a surprising amount of care in some of them?
Absolutely. And
way more than you'd expect. Just hiding there in a menu is this thing that somebody spent so much time and work on to make this useful thing for people who quote unquote need it, as well as for people who just quote unquote want it.
Mm-hmm. And it's a bummer that in Disney Plus, it does not, it's way buried in the settings. And I could not find,
really?
I found a list later, but I popped over because I wanted to see how Always Sunny would do it. Because again, comedy,
gosh, how do you pick? How do you pick the style and everything for that? Because I imagine the default, the failover method, it strikes me. And again, I don't know a ton about this. There'll be a couple links to stuff about this in notes if Casey remembers to do it. But the oh man, Minchi Kuo. It's fascinating. It's all fascinating stuff. Some
things are for you.
I know, but are you aware that your phone might be slightly different at some point?
It might happen every year.
His record is really good. Alex. He knows, sometimes he knows whether your phone will change a little at some point. And sometimes he has a approximately 50% guess on the ways that your phone will be a little bit different in the future.
For years, I thought
His entire job,
was a
Alex.
company.
His entire job.
I thought
This is his entire job. That's what he does all day.
It's a living.
We could go out there. That's pretty fucking good.
The sounds as they appear to you are not only different from those that are really present, but they sometimes behave so strangely as to seem quite impossible.